Hello, everyone, and welcome back to your favorite podcast, Stop the Internet Podcast. My name is Kelly. I'm the host.
And I am Erin, the co-host.
So we've gotten some feedback, and the people want to meet the co-hosts. So, Erin, would you like to share a fact about yourself?
Oh, God, a fact.
Maybe explain why you're wearing what you're wearing.
Okay, yeah, because I don't have a fun fact. I am currently wearing a Phillies jersey because our team is in the World Series, baby. It only comes once in a blue moon, so we got to celebrate it while we can. Diehard Philly sports fan.
Facts.
Eat,
Facts.
sleep, breathe Philly sports. So now's the time to be alive. Phillies in the World Series. Eagles are 7-0. Bring it home, baby. Bring it home.
Great fact. Great fact.
Thanks.
Let's jump in. So I didn't tell Erin the theme for today. Should I tell you the theme, or should I just read you the stories and you can
Just
figure it out?
read me the story.
Okay, let's do it. My older sister's boyfriend confessed his feelings to me. I, 17 female, have an older sister, 21 female, who I'll call B. B has a boyfriend, 21 male, who I'll call J. Just like I said in the title, J has confessed that he has feelings for me, and he said that he has had them for a long time. Just to clarify, J and B have been together for almost a year, and I've known J because my sister had a huge crush on him when they were in high school. I was really happy for her when she told me they were dating, and since my sister still lives at home with her parents, Jay has been over a lot of times for dinner or just to hang out with my sister. During our first time meeting, B brought him home to meet the family. I didn't try to be overly friendly with him, but I was nice to him. My sister told me later that he thought I was a bit cold to him and asked me to be nice, so every other time I saw him, I was nice. I greeted him, talked with him about several topics we had in common like anime, which we were both huge fans of, and I thought he was really cool, but that was it. I had no interest in him romantically and just saw him as my sister's boyfriend. But just yesterday, during a Halloween party that our family was having with friends and family, Jay obviously came as my sister's date. I was having a lot of fun, and I remember Jay coming up to me and asked if I could help him get drinks from the fridge that were in the garage. On the way there, we were talking about our costumes and how they matched as they were from the same anime. Before we returned to the house, he grabbed my hand and told me he had something to say. He then confessed to me that he had a crush on me and that he was first hoping that his feelings for me would go away with time, but he felt like every day he came to our house, his feelings would grow. He also said he can't stop thinking about me. I felt uncomfortable as he spoke and asked what about my sister and their relationship, and he said that he loves my sister, but he loves me more than her.
No.
And he said that he was sorry for having feelings for me when I'm still a minor and he's an adult, and just that he felt he had to let me know. I was quiet and he looked at me like he was awaiting my answer. I told him that I don't have feelings for him, and I think that him confessing to me will ruin the friendly relationship between us, and I told him I'd tell my sister because I didn't want her to misunderstand. He begged me not to tell my sister because he still wanted to date her, and I told him that he can't date someone that he doesn't have feelings for, and I ran back to the house to try to find my sister. I found her and she immediately asked where I was. I pulled her aside while telling her that there was something she had to know, and we went to the bathroom and I told her what Jay had told me. She looked at me silently for a few seconds before going outside, and I followed her and saw her take Jay away by the hand as they went up to her room. I couldn't focus on the party anymore, and I kept looking to see if Jay would leave the house, but he didn't leave. Even after the party was beginning to end, they were still up there. I found them cuddling on her bed, and immediately she saw me. She told me to get out of her room, and I was confused, and I asked what I had done. She told me that she's always known that I was jealous of her relationship with Jay, and that she couldn't believe I'd go as far as lying about Jay confessing to me, and said Jay was an adult and I was a child, and whatever obsession I had with Jay should end. Then she told my mom a whole other story that Jay had apparently told her. Apparently, Jay told my sister that we were talking about anime in the garage while getting more drinks, and I began to confess how I liked him from the moment I saw him, and that he tried to reject me nicely, but I ran off to tell B and told her a completely different story just to make Jay look bad. I tried to defend myself, but for some reason, my mother sided with B and dragged me out of her room. My mother then told my dad what B had told her, and my father was confused but he at least listened to my side of the story. But my mom didn't believe me. She even called my aunts who were there and began to tell them, and they were all telling me how wrong I was for trying to break up my sister's relationship. B also came down with Jay and escorted Jay out before coming back to tell me that I have always tried to get everything from her, and she knew one day I tried to steal her boyfriend. My mom and aunts shamed me for it. Only my dad believed me. I have been upset about it, and both my mom and sister are ignoring me. I also cried a lot to my dad, telling him the story over and over, hoping that he doesn't get lied to by my sister. I sent a text to Jay telling him that he was a horrible person and told him how I couldn't believe he lied to my family, and he sent a screenshot to my sister, and just a few minutes ago, she yelled at me for still trying to ruin her relationship and for being obsessed and jealous of her. I was crying. I just want to know what I should do to prove my innocence. It feels so horrible to be accused of such a thing, and I'm not talking to anyone in my house, and I've been locked in my room.
Oh my God.
This is so sad. Jay sucks. I hate him.
I'm at a loss for words. It's so sad. It's like, oh, like who believes a boy over their sister?
I know. It's so hard because I feel like there's not really anything that she can do.
There's literally nothing she can do.
Yeah, other than try to talk to her sister and keep explaining the truth, and hopefully one day the sister will believe her. It's crazy that the mom also just jumped to believe the sister.
I was gonna talk about the mom.
It's so sad.
Can we talk about how dramatic and rude the mom is to like go out of her way to bring all the aunts into her daughter's drama at a family party?
I know. So problematic. And Jay is 21. She's 17. She's underage.
They said that in the story.
Yeah, crazy.
I don't even know what to say. I'm actually at a loss for words for that because it's like heartbreaking to think about the sister, and I can't even fathom immediately believing someone that I've only known for less than a year over my sibling, and not even maybe kind of hearing them out, not asking for like the truth from him and being like, come on, you got to tell me, just immediately falling for it. Makes you think there's something else going on there.
Yeah, I think that, well, we don't know if there's any reason why the parents and the sister potentially don't believe OP. Maybe there's a reason why they're not believing her that we don't know. But I think it's one of those things where in the moment, there's not really anything that she can do except for talk to her sister and try to be level-headed and explain to her where she's coming from. Try to get the sister to believe her. And if she doesn't, it's so sad, but they're going to remain dating until something else comes up. Obviously, Jay sucks.
First of all, Jay is a problem in and of himself. To say, I love her, but I love you more. I'm sorry, but you don't love someone if you are like going behind their back doing these things. You don't do that to someone you love. So Jay just sounds like this little naive child to begin with. He doesn't know what he wants. Anyway, for him to say he's going to keep dating the sister and he has feelings for OP. If all of this is true, like all of those facts, he can't be happy either. Like,
no.
Can he really truly be happy dating the sister if he really has feelings for OP? He's going to leave her eventually and
exactly.
The truth's going to come to light. It just sucks that we have to wait for it to come out on Jay's terms.
Yeah, I think that obviously the relationship is going to end. Jay is not meant to be with the sister and things will work out how they should. It might just take a long time, which is hard to hear, but I think that's what's true. And yeah, OP just has to be
strong.
The bigger person. Yeah.
Just stay strong with her entire family, like judging and hating on her.
Yeah. I mean, I think that it couldn't hurt to maybe try to talk to the mom and the sister separately one more time each this week. After a few days, maybe let things settle. Try to talk to them, be level-headed. If they don't believe you, you need to just stop talking about it because it's just going to take time, but the truth will reveal itself eventually.
It's so interesting to think that they would, even as adults, like the mother would immediately believe the younger boyfriend. And I know you said that you're right. We don't know if there is a reason that they don't believe OP because maybe OP has a history of lying. I don't know. But the dad believed OP. So there's got to be some sort of truth or some reason that the dad's listening and not just, oh, OP's a chronic liar. We never believe OP, because why would the dad play into it at that point? There's got to be, I don't know, kind of sounds like sister gets her drama from her mother and something's going on in this house. I don't want to be a part of it.
True. Yeah, it sucks. But like we said, I think the truth will come out eventually and you just have to wait for it to happen and then move on.
Fingers crossed for OP.
I know.
And, like, I'm sorry, sister, but you're a bitch.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Kelly, if you ever believe a boy over me. And Kelly and I have had our fair share. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I've had my fair share of Erin's boyfriends coming to me and confessing their feelings to me. Yeah. And they were kicked right out the door, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Every single one
Blood
of them.
is thicker than water, baby.
Bros before hoes, chicks before dicks, baby.
Sisters before misters. Yeah, so check yourself, sister of
Don't
OP.
you
B.
forget it.
B stands for bitch. Good luck, OP. Next up. My fiance lied to me about his age. I, 29 female, met him in 2020 and he told me he was 35 years old. He was so much in a hurry to settle down with me, but I kept on turning down his proposals because I wasn't sure about marrying him yet. He introduced me to his family and kept on putting pressure on me to accept his proposal so that we can start a family as soon as possible. I was so skeptical about him because he never let me see any of his personal documents. I always felt that he looked older than his age, but I couldn't lay my hands on any proof. The pressure from him and his family kept on increasing until I finally accepted his proposal this year. Today, he and I went to the hospital for a premarital screening, so we were both given a form to fill out personal information. I was sitting beside him proofreading the form when he walked up to the man in charge and asked him to fill his out, claiming that he couldn't see well and that he needs reading glasses. I was surprised because I've never known him to be someone with a visual impairment. The man was asked his date of birth, and I overheard him saying 1976, which means he is 46 years old instead of the 36 that he once told me. I understand why each time I asked him about his birthday, he usually said he had forgotten and that he was going to check and get back to me. This man showed me so much love since the day I met him, but right now, I feel like he was just faking it to make me marry him and start making babies. I feel so hurt. I want to break up with him.
Do it.
Baby, what are you waiting for?
That is
what are you waiting for?
Crazy.
I know.
I mean, it doesn't sound like it should be crazy because it's like like lying about your age is like not that dramatic. Like Kelly's what, 26? She's always like, I'm gonna tell people at the bar I'm 22 because age is just a number, right?
I don't actually do it though.
Right. I mean, yeah. We can be as old as we want to be. I turn 21 every year.
I do not agree with this at all.
But this, in these circumstances, is creepy. Creepy. That is so weird.
You asked your fiance when his birthday was, and he said, I forget. I'll check and get back to you. What are we doing here?
I feel like it's one thing to be like, oh, how old am I? Like, I think everyone forgets how old they are once they hit a certain age. Like, I have definitely forgotten that I am 27 years old.
That I'll give you.
I agree. Yeah, right. So you can forget your age. You don't forget your birthday.
And I think people forget their age for a few seconds or a few minutes, and they have to remind themselves.
Right.
They don't forget their age forever.
Like for an entire relationship.
Yeah. And like you said, they don't forget their birthday or at least their birth year. That's absurd. So the fact that she's still entertaining this man.
So creepy.
So bad.
Come on.
So bad.
And did his family know that he was lying about his age? I would like to know that.
I think his family has to be in on it because they were also pressuring OP to marry him. If anyone is pressuring you to marry someone and you don't want to marry them, they are not the person for you.
But also, they could just have been pressuring her because they know that he's 46 and they assume that she knows that he's 46 and they're like, all right, it's time to settle down. You guys are 46. I don't know, but if the family's in on the lie, that's a whole other side of crazy you don't want to get into.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you that. Maybe the family doesn't know he was lying. Okay. Also, what is a premarital screening?
I was going to ask that also. I don't have that in the healthcare world I personally have been in.
The only thing I could think is maybe it's an STD check.
That's what I thought too, but...
Which I feel like that would make sense. They go to the doctor to get tested together, and it's a screening, and she's just calling it premarital because maybe they don't have sex before marriage.
Things, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Absolutely, it could be. I don't know. I personally have not had a premarital screening at the doctor.
It has to be an STD screening. I feel like that would make sense.
Okay.
I think they're not the one for you and you need to move on. And there's going to be someone that doesn't lie to you about their age for the entirety of your relationship. There's going to be someone that does not pressure you into marriage before you're ready and doesn't forget their own birthday. And you need to go find that person instead.
That is so creepy.
So bad.
To lie that you're 10 years younger, like that's just like what in your head is going on that you think it would make so much sense for me to lie about being 10 years younger.
Yeah. See, that's the thing about lying about your age. I get that sometimes people just want to have a fun night at the bar and you lie about your name. You lie about your age while you're casually chatting with other people and then you both go your separate ways. It's a game.
Right.
It doesn't hurt anyone. But it gets tricky when you start hanging out with these people time after time. And I never understood this. We know someone. This is like a distant friend of a friend. This person will go to bars and lie about their age so that they can hook up with younger people. It's not a crazy lie. They only say that they're a couple years younger than they are.
They have yet to get engaged to someone lying about their age.
So this person is probably 26 and maybe they tell people at the bar that they want to go have a one-night stand with that they're 22 or 23. So, not the most concerning behavior, but I do wonder if this person ever wants to continue hanging out with someone that they meet. When do you tell them the truth?
At your premarital screening.
Also, I feel like a lot of times in relationships, people talk about when your birthday is pretty early on. It's just an interesting piece of conversation. Typically, when you meet someone and you're talking to them romantically, at least I ask about when their birthday is in the first few times I hang out with them. If they were to tell me that they forgot, I would never speak to them again.
But then on top of that, it's like more things come into play. Like, you start talking to people. Oh, when did you graduate high school? When did you graduate college?
So true.
At what point how much older are you or younger than you are you from your siblings? How long have you been in your career?
Exactly.
Like you have to be able to explain these things. How did none of these questions come up? I don't remember my birthday, when I graduated high school, when I graduated college, how much older I am than my sister.
It's so deep. It's so deep, and I don't know how he kept it up for that long.
He's crazy.
Maybe
but also
OP is lacking something. I don't know.
Maybe. But also I will give the fiance this little tidbit of advice. If you're going to lie, commit to it. If you're going to lie about your age, pick a year you were born, pick a birthday, and commit to it. You don't get to lie about your age and say you don't remember your birthday.
Right, yeah. Rule number 1 of lying. You got to have a story to back it up.
Come on.
Everyone knows that.
Of course. I do think, something's off with OP because OP's not even questioning that their fiance doesn't know their birthday.
And it took her that long to decide that she thinks that she wants to break up with him. I think that this man just wants to have kids, and I think all of the kindness might go away once he gets what he wants from you. So you should get far away from him. He's not the one for you. Goodbye.
And next time, check their passport when you meet them.
Facts.
Good luck, OP. You're gonna need it.
My girlfriend cheated on me when I was about to propose to her. I, 25 male, caught my girlfriend, 24 female, in bed with another guy. Last week, I came home early from work to surprise her with a custom ring I made myself and I have been working on for 4 months. I spent 2 months making a smartphone app just for us that includes all of our memories together, all of our pictures, our favorite songs, our favorite quotes. I could cry. All of our drawings, etc. I spent 2 full weeks. Oh my God, this is making me emotional. I spent 2 full weeks on a drawing that I made of us together, and it was the first drawing that I actually liked how it looks. I told her friends and my friends that I am proposing to her today and told them to keep it a secret, and everyone, including me, were excited. These things are what I did just for the proposal. When we started living together, I changed the paint in her room to her favorite color. I made lights that change on voice command and some other things. I did all of it just to make her happy. I gave her all of my attention, all my time, all my efforts, brought her her so many gifts, always stayed with her whenever she needed me. More than once, I left work because she needed me in an emergency. More than once, I stopped at the side of the road because she had something important to tell me. When I'm not around and sleeping somewhere outside the house, I would leave my phone unmuted in case she ever needed me. These are just a few of the things I've done for her. I never asked for anything in return, and she really has never done anything for me anyway, and I was okay with it. All I wanted was for her to stay loyal. So yeah, I came home with the ring in my hand and all the surprises ready to show her, but I saw her with another guy on our bed. I'll skip all the stuff I did and just say that I kicked them both outside. She said, "He is better than you anyway. He understands me and I'm happier with him." That was last week. I barely ate anything this entire week and I couldn't sleep for 2 days. Her friends stopped talking to her, and I'm happy that I have people around me, but I still cry over her every day since it happened. I gave her the world and all I wanted from her was to stay with me. I don't understand what I did wrong. I feel a little better now, but it still hurts so much. I'm planning to sell the house and look to live somewhere else so I can forget her. I hope one day she gets the same pain that I had. You almost killed me without touching me. I hope you are happy. I'm so sad.
Cheaters don't deserve love. I'm sorry. Like, you just don't do that to a person. If you even kind of want to be elsewhere, just end it.
Yes.
Like the disrespect.
Exactly. And the selfishness, where does she get off keeping this very sweet person in her life that loves her so much that she's obviously lying to every day when she has someone else that she apparently likes better?
And they're better than them.
If that's the case, baby, go be with him.
Right. Why are you wasting OP's time?
It's so sad. I feel so bad, and it's not. There's nothing that we can say to OP in this moment that's going to make them feel better right now other than that's not your person, and
your person will come.
Yeah. If this person was going to cheat on you, maybe a silver lining is it happened before you got married and before you had kids with them.
Yeah.
You have no ties to her anymore. You still have your friends and family that were supporting you through all of it. I assume the cheating girlfriend liar, is going to lose some people in her life over that. And, karma is my boyfriend. Karma is a god. Let her go live her life, and what's meant for her will find her, and what's meant for you will find you. It's going to take time to heal, and it's going to be so hard, but every day, week, month, year, it will get easier. She's not your person, and you deserve to let her go.
Absolutely. It's so sad. I hate cheaters.
I hate cheaters.
I hate them.
Where do you get off? I hate it.
Like, if you want to cheat on me, just go be with the other person. I literally don't have the energy. I don't know. That just really, even if you haven't been cheated on, I feel like that hits home because you just can't even fathom losing your person. But OP, I'm sorry. Karma's a relaxing thought.
Aren't you envious that for you it's not? If you haven't listened to Taylor Swift's new album, go check it out. Track number, I don't know. It's called Karma.
Maybe OP should be dressing for revenge. We're here for you, OP. We're here for you.
I found out my boyfriend only dated me because I'm an identical twin and he wants a threesome with my sister. The fact that she's married, neither of us are into women, and incest doesn't matter to him. This isn't even the first time a guy has asked me. I don't understand why they ask this. Very short story, but I included this because I feel like this has happened to Erin and I multiple times. We are not twins, but we are sisters 1 year apart. And since high school, people have asked us for threesomes.
Yeah.
And the same guys have slid into both of our DMs. They simultaneously try to talk to both of us. What do you think is going on? Like, do you think we don't talk?
Maybe they're hoping we're like the first family and freaking trust a boy more than we trust each other. I don't know. We are not idiots.
Yeah.
I can't. I guess, I don't know. They think we're not identical twins, so they think we don't have a telepathy and we can't tell. But come on.
Oh my God. It was so funny the other day. Erin shows me her DMs. I'm like, wait, what? You little traitor.
I know. When we were in high school and it would happen, we'd be like, oh, so-and-so is such a pain in the butt. Like, they're so weird. They're so annoying. Then in college, it was kind of it was just we didn't even care. We didn't even say it was annoying. It just was brushed it under the rug.
Right.
Now we're at a point where we're like, should we play into this?
Yeah.
Like Kelly will be like, oh, so-and-so slid into my DMs. And I'll be like, okay, he slid into mine last week. Let me know when I should respond to the same message. And we're like, let's feed into this. And then we'll, drop them when the time comes.
It's crazy. I just don't get why guys think that anyone is going to agree to this.
I mean, I'm sure someone does, though.
True. It's not going to be us.
It's
though.
not us.
Disclaimer.
I'm sorry. Don't ask. It's a no. They're still going to ask.
I think that anyone that asks you this is not your person.
Oh, certainly not your person. But not even I don't know. Maybe someone you should keep around for entertainment because it's clearly entertaining to us.
There's an update. I broke up with him because he asked me multiple times and gave me the cold shoulder and silent treatment, and I've had enough. Clap it up for OP. Just a piece of advice for the people who are asking the twins this. Just don't. They're going to say no.
Yeah.
Just let it go.
Let it go.
Do you remember on The Bachelor back in the day? I don't even know when this was, but there's 2 twins on the same season.
I think they've done it a couple times.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't watch it very often.
I think that we should go on together.
I think we shouldn't. I think it's bizarre and disturbing. And we need to cut the shit, ABC/The Bachelor franchise.
Well, then you don't both have to hook up with a person.
On The Bachelor,
Well, not both of you are going to make it that far.
you're dating the same guy. They're all convinced that they're dating the guy.
Yeah, that's true.
I think we need to stop putting this idea into people's heads. We're not hooking up with our sisters or our twins.
And we're certainly not hooking up with you.
Moving on.
Okay.
This is a shocking one.
Is it?
How do I, 28 female, forgive my partner, 28 male? Let me preface this by saying that my partner is a really good guy. He's sweet, caring, thoughtful, genuinely supportive, and actively tries to make me happy all the time. He's wonderful, and that's why I feel like shit for all of this. We've been dating for about 1.5 years. The crux of the matter is that my boyfriend has really complicated feelings about his ex-girlfriend. They were in a 2 to 3 year relationship, but remained friends for another few years, but by his account, it wasn't super healthy. I guess they both did things that were manipulative or immature or dishonest. I don't know. He's barely told me anything about the situation. Before we started dating, my boyfriend and I were just friends for 6 months. There wasn't any romance. We ended up having feelings for each other and then started dating. I was pretty excited because I felt like I was getting into a relationship with a really good friend of mine. I've always been pretty open with him about my life, and while I don't necessarily expect the same from him, I was pretty hurt to learn that he had been talking to his ex for the first 7 months of our relationship. She apparently didn't know he was even in another relationship. Around this time, I once tagged him in an Instagram post and he got so anxious that he didn't talk to me for 10 minutes while he was frantically blocking his ex on social media. I told him at the very least, I wanted him to tell his ex that he was in a relationship. I literally just wanted him to say, hey, I'm dating someone else. He couldn't do it. It took him weeks. At that point, I was like, I'm uncomfortable. I don't want you talking to your ex anymore. He did refrain from speaking to her for some time, but what I didn't know was that the reason that they weren't talking was because she got mad at him for dating me. So she didn't speak to him. He kept this conversation with her hidden from me for nearly 8 months. They also apparently talked a few more times between February and June. He only told me about one instance and hid the rest until October. Around June, I asked him to block her. He fought with me for an entire month because he didn't want to block her. I later found out that it didn't matter even if he blocked her because she asked him to stop talking to her because he got jealous that she was in a new relationship. I just feel so hurt and like I don't matter at all. He claims that he doesn't have feelings for this person, that she was manipulative, unattractive, and they were incompatible. But then why would he treat me like this? We've had so many conversations about this, and maybe I'm naive, but I really just want to move on and forget about this. There's just nothing he can do to prove I matter more to him than his ex anymore. I'm just so sad that he pushed this issue so far, and I feel like it's left me feeling like a total shell of myself. I feel manipulated and used and so disrespected. I feel like every time I bring this up, he gets more hurt and more irritated with me. I just want to stop feeling so terribly about myself because I don't want to lose my partner who, in all other respects, is a genuinely great guy. What steps can I take to stop fixating on this so much?
You walk away. Step 1.
That's the only step.
Walk away. Step 2, take another step. That is, what do these men have that keep these girls hanging on? Because, honey, it couldn't be me.
It's shocking. Okay. Just to clarify something, if a person is nice to you sometimes, and then other times they obsess over their ex, they don't prioritize you, they refuse to do things that you ask them to do that will make you feel comfortable and happy, they manipulate you, that's not a nice person. The fact that this man is obsessed with his ex and is trying to hide your relationship from her, that makes you incompatible. That makes him incompatible with anyone. You need to stop putting up with this utter bullshit. The reason that he doesn't want his ex to know that he's in a relationship, let's think about this. Why would he not want his ex to know that he's dating someone? It's because he cares more about her than he does about you. When he meets someone that's meant for him, he's gonna forget about any past relationship.
Right.
Because the person that's meant for him is gonna be better than anything any ex of his could give him. And the same goes for you. So him doing this is showing you that you are not meant to be together. You do not deserve to put up with this bullshit. Like Erin said, number 1 step, it's the only step, end it, move on, find someone that will prioritize you in any and every situation.
I laughed at the beginning of that story because it was one of those things where it was like, let me preface this by saying how good of a guy he is. If you gotta tell us he's a good guy, he's not that good of a guy.
Yeah.
His actions will speak for themselves. Like, I'm sorry, but have you ever heard of a sociopath? They charm people and then they're manipulative behind closed doors. That's what they do. You watch Ted Bundy? People loved him. He was a good looking guy. He charmed people. They liked him. What did he do? Killed them.
Exactly.
This guy is the perfect example. You're trying to tell me he's a good guy. I have not heard one good thing about this man. End it.
He obviously is hoping that the ex will take him back. It just makes me laugh that he's like, oh, I haven't been talking to her, blah, 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 because she doesn't want to talk to you. You're not making, it's not him that's making the decision, and you know that. And he's told you that.
I feel like I'm being manipulated just listening to the story.
Yeah,
like, this
OP is
infuriating.
gaslighting us. She's gaslighting us.
OP, why are you doing this to us? Are we the bad guys?
We are the victim of this Reddit thread.
I feel sick. Oh my God, OP. OP, if you don't walk away from this, I'm going to come have to drag you away because I'm infuriated.
I'm infuriated. I just think that this goes for anyone. Friendships, boyfriends, girlfriends, anything in between. If you are in a relationship with someone and they are in a romantic relationship with somebody else, and any one of those members of these relationships, if there's anyone that's trying to hide things and not be honest about the relationship that they're in, they do not prioritize their relationship, and they definitely don't prioritize you, regardless of who you are in the situation.
Right.
Relationships are built on honesty and trust. This man has shown you multiple times that you cannot trust him. So the question was, how do I forgive my partner? I think forgiveness is for us. So the forgiveness is not for him.
Yeah.
You need to break up with him and work on yourself. The forgiveness will come when you start to heal from this traumatic and manipulative situation. And when you meet someone that is right for you, because this person is not the one for you, you will forget about this because it will be such bliss that none of this will matter anymore.
Forgive but never forget.
That's what Taylor says. Taylor Swift. She said that in an interview, I think.
Oh, great minds
Queen.
think alike.
Queen. I feel like I just yelled at OP, but I'm like, I can't not feel this way.
Someone needs to tell her.
I know. I'm going to give you some tough love and slap you across the face a few times.
Yeah, come on, girly.
We need to get real. Be fucking for real, please.
Yeah, this is absurd.
Absurd.
I'm like infuriated over this. Like, come on.
Good luck, OP.
You know what? OP? Good luck, but like, I'm not going to give you too much of my energy because you got to figure this out.
We're just not going to help you. No.
No. I'm here to help, but like, come on, girly. The truth is in the pudding. Is that the saying?
Sure.
The facts are in the pudding. It's written on the wall. No.
I feel like they're all phrases. Yeah.
Yeah. The truth is in the pudding, OP. Walk away from it.
Walk away.
I hope that's right.
Am I wrong for being this hurt? I've been with my partner for 7 years. We've never been on a family vacation. He goes with his friends yearly. I confronted him about this and told him that he should at least take his family, even if it's not abroad. It can be a nice day trip, out to a museum or something. He says that he will when he's off next. And I've blocked him on everything. Does this seem childish?
Block your person of 7 years?
Wait, I think something weird is going on here. I think the first time I read this, I was on OP's side, and now I'm like, wait a second.
What was the title question?
Am I wrong for being this hurt?
I don't think you're wrong for being this hurt, but what was the very last question you asked?
Does this seem childish?
Abso-fucking-lutely.
I think that, yes, it's a little immature to ask someone something one time, and then before they get the chance to implement the changes, you block them on everything. Okay.
I just can't even imagine like blocking someone that I've been with for 7 years. Like, pick your best friend. You know, like they do something that pisses you off and you're like, all right, let me talk to them about it. And if they're not immediately knocking at your door being like, what can we do? You're like, you know what? They're canceled.
Yeah, I think that...
How do you block someone that you've been with for 7 years?
I think it works the same
like
in the app.
Do you think they don't... I guess you don't live together or anything? How old are these people?
I don't know.
They're calling each other family.
Right. I think that when you ask someone for a need in a relationship, you can't block them before they get the chance to give it to you. So if this was happening day after day, week after week, month after month, and you asked him level-headedly every single time, every time he brushes it off, says, oh, next week when I'm off, next week when I'm off, the next time I'm off work, we'll do it. That's one thing. Maybe then we can consider moving on from the relationship.
I think that you can absolutely be mad in these situations. What I cannot get over is the blocking.
Right.
Like, you call this person your family. You have been with this person for 7 years. They did not give you something you wanted. Are you broken up? What does the blocking mean at this point?
Yeah, the blocking isn't going to solve the problem. So the answer to that is yes, it's childish. You need to talk to him about it. If this is a first time occurrence, maybe there's something we can do to mend it. If it happens time after time, and this is something that you really want in the relationship with your lifelong partner, and he refuses to give it to you every time you ask, maybe you're incompatible with him, and then you can move on. And then block, once you've had a healthy communication about it.
I think, yeah, OP, I understand why you're upset. I absolutely do. And I think you have every right to be upset. You're allowed to be hurt, but I think maybe unblock him, give him another chance or two, like 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out type of thing. We don't need to, this is not it, OP.
I think the answer to the question that you truly need to ask is honest communication. So the question shouldn't be, am I wrong for being hurt? You know, is this childish? Like, you're not wrong for being hurt. You're allowed to feel however you want. Is it childish? Yeah, but that's besides the point. You need to talk to your partner, be honest with him, tell him what you need, give him time to fulfill the need. And then if it still doesn't happen, then you can take that first step right out the door.
Yes, I agree.
It always comes back to honest communication.
I feel like Kelly says that in many, many episodes.
Every time it's facts.
Good luck, OP.
Choosing between physical attraction and compatibility.
Ooh.
I already know my answer to this one.
Do we even have to read the story?
I, male 32, have been dating a woman, 33, for 1 month. Her personality is so much like my own. It blows my mind how compatible we are at times. We always have fun dates and great conversations together, and she's a very adventurous person, but my physical attraction to her is lacking at times. She's beautiful, but a little heavier than the girls I'm typically interested in. Then, the last 2 weeks, I've been seeing a woman, 39, who is the most gorgeous woman I've been with. We are both fit individuals, and there is definitely a spark between us. We also have a lot in common, but it doesn't feel the same. Part of it may be she is still working on opening up to me. She also has 3 kids, which isn't a big deal. Sometimes I just think it'll be a little weird being their mom's boyfriend. So we've gotten to the point where I know that they're going to want commitment. I just struggle with the idea of who I am going to decide to pursue happiness with. I really want to be with the woman I am most physically attracted to. My hesitation is losing out on being with someone who genuinely makes me happy and laugh, but that I struggle with wanting to be intimate with.
Buddy is playing his own season of The Bachelor.
You're entitled to do that. You can date multiple people at once if you haven't had the exclusive talk yet. there's one thing that I have to say. Neither of these women is right for you. And you need to say goodbye to both of them.
Because you would know if it was one.
Why do people get into this mindset that it's either her or no one forever? Like, you can find someone that is physically attractive to you and that is compatible with you, and they're going to be the same person, and that's who you need to look for. And these women don't deserve to be with someone that either doesn't think they're physically attractive or doesn't think that they're compatible with you.
I completely co-sign everything Kelly just said. I could not agree more. To answer OP's question, should I be with someone because there's a spark but I'm not attracted to them, or should I be with someone that I'm attracted to but there's no spark? Personally, I can't imagine being attracted to someone that there is no spark. Like, you can find someone physically attractive, but if you are not really feeling it, you're never going to get anywhere. At the same time, I very much think that physical attraction is a huge part of a relationship. I know that some people don't. Some people really don't. They can see past that. I really think that you have to be physically attracted to someone to be happy. I can't imagine like looking at someone, not being attracted to them and being like, I'll get past it, because it's not fair to them and your sexual life. Like, you got to be attracted to someone. You really have to be if you're going to be with this person.
No, I agree. He did say there was a spark between him and the hot girl, quote unquote hot girl, but he said it's not as intense as with the other person. That's why I'm saying I completely agree with you. Physical attraction is important. Compatibility is important. It's all important. That's why neither of these women is right for you.
Right. Because you can, and everyone here deserves the best of both worlds. You will find it. You can find it. You will find it. You deserve it. That person's out there. Keep looking.
Right. I think that we all just have to remember that there are many people on earth that could be right for us, and it's very easy to spiral down the rabbit hole of this person or this person and like, I don't want to give them up and blah blah blah. If you have to decide like that, I don't think either of them is right for you.
Honey, it's not it.
And if I was dating a guy or chatting with a guy, if I met a guy and he had another girl that he was interested in, and after we truly got to know each other, if he had to decide between me and her, I would just really, really hope that he picked her, because I don't want to be with someone that sees me as an option and that has to
agree more,
and that has to ask themselves and others, who should I pick? No. When you meet the person that's right for you, it won't feel like a choice. It won't feel like you're picking them. It'll be natural. It'll make sense. You won't have to write on Reddit asking others, strangers, what you should do and what decision you should make based off a few sentences about a person. I just think that nobody deserves
no one should be a second choice. No one should be an option. That's why you guys got to stop sliding into both Kelly and my DMs at the same time.
True. That something's missing feeling between me, 30 male, and my girlfriend, 25 female. My girlfriend and I have been together for 5 years. We have a great relationship, and in a lot of ways, she's everything I've ever wanted in a partner. We have a great time together. We've gone on amazing trips. We share the same ideals and wants out of life, and often joke about how we're a guy and girl version of each other. She's an amazing partner who loves me a lot. But since the beginning of our relationship, it's felt like something was missing, and I've tried for a long time to figure out what it is. I've stayed in the relationship this long because I felt satisfied, but lately this feeling has been nagging at me and making me feel hollow and like I'm settling. I thought this feeling would go away naturally as the relationship progressed, but it hasn't. I've talked to her about this and we've decided to work on the relationship, but because I can't exactly pinpoint what's missing and it's just this feeling I have, I'm not sure there is anything that can be done. I'm scared to end the relationship because I really do not want to lose her. I imagine my life without her and I can't. She is my best friend and I want nothing more than to have this feeling for her.
That's very hard. I feel like a lot of people have been there.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people that I know personally, I feel like settle.
But do you think that's good or bad?
No, I don't think it's good. I just think that it's the truth. Like, people are settling, and I'm not saying it's okay to settle, but I'm saying this person does seem happy. So I personally wouldn't settle, but I don't think they're going to ruin their life if they do.
I think they would. I think they should just break up with this girl. I think that a lot of relationships that we have in our life, they're not meant to last forever. They're meant to teach you a lesson, and there's going to be someone out there that is even better for you than this girl. And she also deserves someone who is crazy about her in every single way. And if you settle for her, you're doing yourself and her a disservice. And that's not something you should do for yourself or somebody that you love.
Yeah.
So I think that it's okay that you no longer or never felt this full spark with this girl. You had an amazing relationship together, and you can end it with mutual love and respect. And it's going to be the hardest thing you've ever had to do, but you need to do it, because that's the only way it's going to get better. And it's going to be so difficult to not have her in your life, but you're going to have to find happiness in yourself. And then eventually, when you're healed, someone else will come into your life and they will have every amazing quality that she had and more, because they're going to be the perfect person for you. And you can still continue to love and respect and be so thankful for this girl that you've dated for 5 years and still break up with her, as long as you're honest about it, because neither of you deserve this relationship. Even though it seems perfect, it's not. So I think don't settle. She's not the one for you. And it's okay to end relationships, even if it's hard. It's okay to be sad when ending the good for the great. You need to go find the great. That's what I think.
I think Kelly just wrote a book.
I think I did. I kind of went off on that.
Yeah, I mean, there was happiness because of you, and there will be happiness after you.
Wait, that's perfect. Yes, exactly. Taylor Swift's song, it's on Evermore. You gotta listen to it, OP. It's so good. Every lyric in the song will hit different. There's happiness because of you. There's happiness after you. There's happiness because of me. There's gonna be happiness after me. Both of them are true, and that's okay.
You and your person that you have now gave each other happiness, and you're gonna find happiness after.
I'm so sorry, but you need to break up with her and go your separate ways. Grow in your own lives, and what's for you will come to you.
Mic drop.
Mic freaking drop.
Pew, 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 pew.
A very similar situation with another OP. Not feeling the spark anymore. So me and my boyfriend have been together for almost 2 years now, and I love him a lot. He's my best friend, and I would never want to lose him. The issue is I feel myself getting bored in the relationship, and sometimes it even feels like a chore to go to his house and hang out with him. And even though that sounds horrible to say, all we do is lie down together and watch TV. And don't get me wrong, I like doing that every once in a while, but sometimes I just wish it was more exciting. I miss the feeling of when we were first hanging out before being in a relationship and having that excitement. That excitement is gone now, and everything just feels repetitive and boring. I think this is normal in relationships, and I want to feel comfortable with him, but I also miss that exciting aspect of the relationship. Am I overthinking this and it will pass, or is there something wrong in the relationship? Did I write this?
To answer her question at the end there, I feel like both. Like,
right.
Everyone hits a point where things settle down and that spark fizzles out.
That's when the honeymoon phase is over. It's human psychology. It happens to everyone.
Right. And I've said this in other situations. We know that honeymoon phase lasts 2 years. So she's hitting that point. So it makes sense that it's happening now. But I do think that if you are like feeling a longing for that spark that's not there and you're not able to get it back right now, it's time to walk away.
Exactly.
Because that honeymoon phase can fizzle and that spark can die down a little bit, but you can still be happy and like longing for this person. But she's bored. She's not happy. Right. You got to walk away now while it's early enough to walk away. Or You're going to regret it 5, 6, 7, 8 years from now.
It's also always early enough to walk away. But I get what you're saying, before you invest way more time than you should into this person. I think this is another great example of a relationship that maybe is not meant to be your end game. And it's okay that you had an amazing relationship with this person for 2 years, but it's run its course. You're no longer excited about this person, and that's okay. Mm-hmm. You can still love them and respect them and still choose to leave them. Be honest with them, and it's going to be hard, but it's what you deserve. So,
and it's what the other person deserves. If you're not feeling that spark, don't drag them along. That's not fair to them.
Exactly.
Everyone deserves someone that is crazy about that. Not too crazy. Don't
The
get me
right
wrong.
amount of crazy.
Don't get me wrong. But no, I see my friends that are in relationships and engaged and married, and I see how crazy about them their significant other is. And like, it just melts my heart. Like, I literally look at some of my friends and I just cry because I'm so happy that my heart is so full that someone is so crazy about them. Like, it just makes me so happy. And like, no one deserves anything less than that.
Yes, absolutely. So I think that this person that you're dating right now, they were a really important part in your life, and it was absolutely necessary and part of the universe's plan for you to learn and grow as a person. And I don't think they're your person.
Yeah.
And so it's okay to recognize that and make a choice. Like I said, it's going to be hard, but it's okay to be sad when leaving the good for the great. And it's okay to be sad when you make the right decision. So
your stars are aligning, OP. You just gotta run away somewhere along the line. One fell out of the sky.
What? You just gotta run away at some point?
She got a runaway star.
No, I think that
it doesn't star falling from the line.
I don't think so.
Stars.
I think that
like a shooting star cut through her line.
I don't think so. I feel like all her stars are perfectly placed, and this was just one of them.
Like she's just hopping on to the next.
Yeah. You're just moving from one star to the next.
Yeah.
And then eventually you'll get to the sun, baby. And he'll be so hot and so cool and perfect for you in every way. And he'll make you feel warm. And
like Kelly's looking for hers right now.
Yeah. And like you're in that golden light. Yes. I just keep hopping from star to star.
OP, yeah. You got to walk away. We're here for you. You got to walk away. The truth is in the pudding. And if you really, really need some inspiration, honestly, any Taylor Swift song's gonna get you through this. It doesn't matter. If you go hit shuffle, any song that comes on, you will find an answer in there.
I think happiness is the spark that lit the star on fire. I think Taylor Swift will be there for you just like we will. And it's okay to be sad. There will be happiness again. And you deserve it. And so does your partner that you love. Even if it's not you.
Give it to them.
Even if their number one happiness isn't you, they still deserve happiness. So go and stream Evermore. Stream Midnight. We're just like plugging Taylor Swift now.
Yeah, no. Taylor. Pay us. No, just kidding. You don't have to pay us. We love you enough.
Love you. If you're watching.
We'll never stop quoting you. Okay, so I now have to figure out what your theme going into this was.
I think I said it 14,000 times.
Okay, you probably did. So let me tell you what my thought process was. First couple, I was like, men are trash. That's the theme.
Okay.
Second couple, I was like, women are trash. That's the theme.
Okay.
Now I'm thinking the theme is
everyone's trash.
Everyone's trash.
No.
Get off the dating scene now. I have two options of what the theme could be.
Okay.
1, the truth is in the pudding. 2, it's okay to be sad, leaving the good for the great.
I think all of those are very relevant themes. But my original theme was that person is not your person and they're not the one.
Wow.
And it's so hard. And you can be so happy in your relationship, but if you don't feel fulfilled, that person is not the one for you.
And they're probably trash.
And by staying with them, you're fucking trash too.
Every person
is trash.
Along the line in these stories that we read today was trash.
Well, I wouldn't.
The girl from the beginning had trash sister, trash brother-in-law. Second OP, trash cheating girlfriend.
We can find trash in any situation if we look hard enough.
I'm sitting right next to some.
I think we're going to wrap it up.
All right.
I hope you enjoyed our podcast. Thank you so much for listening. We are so appreciative for all of our friends and new friends that are listening and all the new people that have found our podcast so far.
We really don't think you guys are trash.
I will co-sign that statement.
Yes. Okay.
I hope you enjoyed our episode. We're honored to have you. We appreciate you, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.